Hi, good morning, class. Okay. Um, we have entered chapter 3. Chapter 3 about measuring of your body health. Okay, measuring of your body health. Okay, last week I have taught you about 3.1 body temperature. Okay. For body temperature, you need to know the definition of temperature. Okay, definition of temperature. The definition for temperature is a measurement of the degree of hotness and coldness of a substance or an object. Hotness and coldness of an object or a substance. Okay, what is temperature? Temperature is a measurement of the degree of hotness or coldness of an object. Okay. We must make sure that our body temperature is always in the normal range. What is human normal temperature? Human body temperature is 36.9 degree Celsius. Okay. What happens if our body temperature is higher or lower than 36.9 degrees Celsius? Okay. If our body temperature higher or lower, it is a sign or it means that our body has a health problem. It means that our body has a health problem. If we have body temperature more than 36.9 or less than 36.9 degree Celsius. Okay, how to measure our body temperature? We must use an instrument, a correct instrument to measure temperature, which is thermometer. Okay, now there are 4 types of thermometer that you have learned before. We have clinical thermometer, second laboratory thermometer, third rectal thermometer, and fourth is infrared thermometer. Okay, for clinical thermometer, we use it in clinic. It has range between within 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. The second lab thermometer measures temperature in range of -10 to 110 degrees Celsius. So this one we usually use it in lab to measure the temperature of a solvent, temperature of an object. Okay, we use it in lab. Okay, then we have -10 below melting point or below freezing point. Freezing point is 0 degree Celsius. Melting or freezing point 0 degrees Celsius. And we have a boiling point, which is 100 degree Celsius. Okay, the third thermometer is rectal thermometer that we use it to measure body temperature through the rectum. You already know where is the rectum, right? Okay. You are familiar with anus, anus or ayam batok. Okay. Then the fourth thermometer is infrared thermometer. We always use it at school, at office, to measure body temperature without having any contact, with the body. We just put it close to our head, our forehead. Okay, next. Okay, this is the use of the correct technique of using the thermometer, correct technique of measuring body temperature. Okay, the first one, when using clinical thermometer, we need to shake it. We need to shake the thermometer until the reading is lower than 35 degree Celsius. Why we need to shake this thermometer, clinical thermometer? Because there is this thermometer has a kink, a part that we call it kink or curvature. Okay, this curvature, we call it the kink. So this kink prevent the mercury from going back to the bulb. This is the bulb of the thermometer. So when we take the reading, we put it on in our or under the armpit or in the mouth. So once we take the reading, we remove it from our armpit or mouth. The reading will not drop. The reading will not drop. The mercury will not going down or return to the bulb. So that is the function of the king, to make sure the mercury stay in their place for us to take the reading. So the reading will be accurate. Yeah, then laboratory thermometer does not have this king. Lab thermometer do not have the king. Only clinical thermometer. Okay. After we shake, we put it under the armpit or in the mouth for about 2 to 3 minutes or until a beep sound is heard. Beep sound is heard when we use a digital thermometer. Okay, by using digital a clinical thermometer, so it will produce beep sound. Yeah. Right. Second, laboratory thermometer. This one you usually use it in the lab when you carry out the experiment. Okay. It is not suitable to measure body temperature. Okay, because the lab thermometer does not have a king. So the temperature will drop to equal to the room temperature when you take it out from your mouth or from your armpit. So it will down quickly. The reading will down quickly. Okay, if we want to use the lab thermometer to measure our body temperature, okay, the reading must be taken when the thermometer is still in the mouth or under your armpit. So you take the reading when the thermometer is still in your mouth. You cannot remove it out from the mouth or remove it from your armpit. Okay. Number 3, the third thermometer is rectal thermometer. We use it for infants, for babies less than 3 months old. Okay, and make sure that the thermometer used is labeled for rectal use. Labeled for rectal use. Okay. Firstly, you need to clean the tip of the thermometer with alcohol, right? To sterilize the thermometer, and add some petroleum jelly. Okay, for the thermometer to be inserted into the rectum, to make it easier to be inserted into the rectum. Okay, raise the infant legs and insert between 1.5 to 2.5 centimeter of the thermometer into the rectum. Not too deep. In between 1.5 to 2.5 cm into the infant's rectum. Okay, allow the thermometer to remain there until a beep sound is heard. So, and then we record the temperature. Okay. The fourth thermometer is infrared thermometer. Yeah, you also familiar with the thermometer. Can we use it at school? It can be used without any contact with the individual. Without any contact, we didn't. We do not touch it with our skin. So we just put it closer to our forehead. Put it closer about 5 cm from the individual, from the forehead, 5 cm from the forehead. Okay, and do not aim the thermometer directly or indirectly at the eyes. Okay, then we record the temperature. Okay, taking the temperature with this thermometer is very quick. Digital thermometer. It's like a digital thermometer. Okay, now imprinting body temperature. Normal human body temperature is 36.9. Okay, remember this. 36.9 degrees Celsius. Okay, the increase or decrease of this temperature shows that your body is not in a healthy condition. Okay, if your body temperature above normal reading means that more than 36.9 degrees Celsius means that your body are exposed to the infection of bacteria or virus. Okay, second factor, maybe your body exposed to extreme heat. Okay, for example, heat stroke or extreme sunburn. Okay, and then next, maybe your body uh, after having an vigorous exercise, vigorous activity or vigorous exercise. Okay, three factors that cause your body temperature more than 36.9 degree, either exposed to the bacteria infection, exposed to the heat, extreme heat, or vigorous exercise. Okay. Yeah, there's also factors that cause your body temperature to be below the normal reading, below normal reading. There's some factors also that cause your body temperature below the normal reading. Okay. There are one factor, maybe you are exposed to extremely low temperature, lowest temperature that cause you hypothermia. Okay, when your body temperature falls below 35 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then 3.1, you also have learned about 3.2, the pulse rate. Okay, what is pulse rate? Pulse rate is the measurement of the number of heartbeats per minute. Okay, the measurement of the number of heartbeats per minute, ppm. Okay, and there are a few areas on your body that we use to measure our heartbeat, that we call it pulse points. Pulse points. The areas on your body where the pulse can be felt, can be measured. So we call it pulse point. For example, we have a radial. Okay, this one at your arm. Okay, radial point. Okay, we also have at our neck, which is carotid. Okay, at our neck, carotid, and other pulse point. The pulse point. Yeah, there is an experiment 3.1. Experiment 3.1 divided into two parts or three parts, A, B, C. Okay, we have part A, part B, and part C for this experiment. Experiment 3.1. For part A, to study the effect of gender. Okay, the factor that affect the pulse rate. Okay, is it gender, age, or physical activities? We have three factors. Factors that affect the pulse rate. Okay, gender, male or female, age, children, adult or older age, and the third one is physical activity. Now, when you are resting, when you're walking, when you're running. So the factors of the pulse rate depends on this characteristic. Okay, for part A, to study the effect of gender on the human pulse rate. So this one use different gender, male and female. Male and female. So what is the pulse rate for male and what is the pulse rate for female? Now we make the comparison between the gender. And for part B, we carry out experiment with a different age. So when you see the result here, the table here, the student, the sample that we use is student, teacher, and lab assistant. Okay, because their age are different, right? Students are more younger than teacher, so teacher maybe more younger than lab assistant. So we measure their pass rate. Okay, and then part C, we want to measure the human pass rate based on physical activity. There are three types of physical activity here: resting, walking, and running. So we test it. We test to 6 different students, and we measure their pulse rate after walking, after running, and when they are resting. Okay. So the conclusion for this 3 parts of experiments will show that the pulse rate of female, the pulse rate of female more than the pulse rate of male. The pulse rate of female more than the pulse rate of male. So, what is the reason? Why? Okay, this is because the size of female heart are smaller than the heart of male. Female heart smaller than the size of a male heart. Okay, pH. Alright. Younger younger age. Say student have more pulse rate than teacher. Okay, student has more pulse rate than teacher, and teacher has more pulse rate than temporary assistant or older age. So means that the older age has a lower pulse rate. Okay, C for physical activity. Okay, if we compare with the type of physical activity here, in between resting, walking, and running, running will produce more pulse rate than walking and resting. So resting is the produce lowest pulse rate. Okay, so we done with 3.2. The meaning of pulse rate, definition of pulse rate, the factors that affect the number of pulse rate, and then the experiment that we need to carry out. Okay, settle 3.1 and 3.2. This one for exercise objective. For objective question, number 1 until number 5 or number 4. Number 1 until number 5. Objective question number 1 until number 5. Okay. Okay, we stop here for 3.1 and 3.2.